Grizzlies win it tonight, 125-124 over the Chicago Bulls. Tyler Burton off the bench for 18 tonight for the Grizzlies. As the Grizzlies get the 1-point win, it was a big third quarter for the Grizzlies, outscoring the Bulls 42-30 in that quarter. Bulls playing catch up most of the rest of the game, and the Grizzlies getting the win 125-124. Speaking of Burton, when it comes to Burton, anybody you talk to that talks about Tyler Burton, the word they use is confidence, and he's been shooting with confidence lately, and he looked like he was doing it again tonight.
Well, I guess so. Anybody that comes in on a 10-day contract and shoots it 15 times, it's got confidence. Hey, he's like, hey, I only got 20 days to live. I'm going to go ahead and get these up while I get my chance. And, man, he does play with confidence and aggressive throughout the game. And so you like to see these guys. Look, you don't know how many times you're going to get these chances. Make the most of them.
Yeah, and the thing for him is it was good to see him. The last couple of games, he sort of missed the shots that he had been making those 3 previous games. And so it was nice to see, number one, the dunk ignite his offense and then end it shooting the ball well.
Yeah, and he's rebounded the ball well as well. 5 of those tonight for Tyler Burton. After the game, our own Jessica Benson, she had a chance to visit with Tyler before he left the floor.
This group, second night of a back-to-back, limited players available. What did you see from this group that allowed you to come out with the win tonight over the Bulls?
Yeah, it's a resilient group. You know, we play hard, come prepared, try to execute the game plan, and I think that's what we did today.
A lot of hustle plays from this group tonight. 17 steals. Just how important was that defensive activity?
It was very, very. We had one play where we had like 3 or 4 guys dive on a loose ball. Crowd got pretty hype. You know, energy plays like that, those are important. We just try to keep making the next one.
18 points for you tonight. You're now on your second 10-day opportunity. Just how do you hope to make the most of every chance you get to be out here on the floor?
Take advantage of opportunity when it's given to me and, you know, hopefully the ball falls and just help the team however I can.
Awesome. Congrats, Tyler.
Thank you.
Tyler Burton with the big one tonight. 18 points for Burton, 5 rebounds as well. He's been in double figures now in 4 of the last 6 games, with 2 of those games going for 20 points. Nearly got there tonight with the 18, had 7 of those in the second quarter. So nice game for Tyler Burton. Also another guy, Deke Giroux, another 10-day guy, had 14 tonight, 10 of those coming in the first quarter. All right, let's hear from the head coach of the Grizzlies, Tuomas Isalo, following tonight's victory over the Bulls.
Coach, I was going to ask you about the 17 steals and 70 points in the paint, just being able to control the paint and attack the paint, but also to be disruptive on defense. How big was that in terms of pulling it out?
Yeah, that was really huge for us. We haven't had a lot of these games where we've been able to match the rebounding, and that's something that we give up a little bit in, but we were able to make up for it with the turnovers. Like you said, ton of steals, 17 steals, but 23 turnovers, forced 27 points off those turnovers. Great sequences. 3 guys dive into the floor, looking to get the loose ball. Great competitive team win.
With Cedric, where in terms of his development, you see at the end of the game, right, he gets the ball, trying to give him the ball, they double him, he makes the pass. I'm just curious what you've seen from his development to the point where he can make a play like that as a rookie and kind of run the offense through him at that point in the game.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of poise. Unfortunately, the previous situation, when I see that from the film, when he had Sexton on him, was it a foul or not? But it was called. But that's one of his very rare qualities for a 2-3, that he's able to go to the post and also create out of there. And great to see him make that pass to Walt directly off the dribble. And overall, I thought we played with a lot of poise down the stretch. We have to work a little bit on our passing with the end-game scenarios to get the ball inbound.
Hardcore.
As Cedric said to me after the game as well, need to get that ball inbounds. And Cedric was very happy that the Grizzlies were able to pull off that win there at the end. One more thing. Josh Giddey, just a triple-double guy. I mean, he's become that guy that's a triple-double threat every night. We've seen 2 of them in the last 12 days.
Well, we've seen 2 of them in the last 12 days, and, I mean, he's been, at big-time averages throughout the year. I mean, they run their whole offense through him, right? So, I mean, he's not a big-time scorer, but he is certainly a monster guard. Right? I mean, he's so much bigger than your guards on a regular basis, on a night-to-night basis, and is an excellent facilitator.
Yeah, and listen, he's another piece to the puzzle for this Bulls team. We talked about Ellis already. You talked about what Giddey brings to the floor, and then what else they're able to do over the summer and going into next year. But it's nice to have some proven pieces to go around what else you'll do in the offseason.
Well, and it's jarring when you see him like standing next to Javon Small. I mean, because he is the size of like power forwards in the league, except he's playing up top.
Right. Speaking of small, it was nice to play a team that didn't have a big center.
Boy, that's how you get 70 in the paint.
That's right.
And walking around, neither team had a center on the floor. We haven't been able to say that.
A lot of paint scoring tonight, 70-60 in favor of the Grizzlies tonight. All right, BK, we'll let you go. We'll see you Monday.
All right, Monday it is.
All right, Grizzlies will take on the Suns. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. We'll take a break and come back and wrap things up here from FedEx Forum as the Grizzlies win it tonight over the Chicago Bulls, 125-124. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Grizzlies Live postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Grizzlies get the win tonight over the Chicago Bulls. Good game by Jemai Meshack. He had 17 points for the Grizzlies tonight as he returned from missing some games with an injury, but was back in the lineup tonight against the Bulls and got 17 points. 3 players off the bench scoring in double figures tonight. He, along with Tyler Burton and Deke Giroux, all in double figures tonight for the Grizzlies. Also for the Grizzlies tonight, Ryan Rupert was back in the lineup for the Grizzlies tonight. And what a huge third quarter he had, and it was a big third quarter for the Grizzlies.
Huge third quarter, but I mean, look, 42 points is a big number, and that's what the Grizzlies had in that third quarter, and a lot of it was Ryan Rupert and the rest of the guys coming along for the ride. When would you ever in a million years have expected that we'd be saying that? But that was the case, and he not only did got the start, he also got to play 30 minutes tonight and put up 14 points to go along with some rebounds and knocked down a couple of threes as well.
Yeah, and 12 of his 14 coming in that third quarter, and had a couple of steals as well for Ryan Rupert. So nice showing tonight for Ryan, going 6 of 10 from the field and knocking down a couple of threes, 2 of 3 from distance. All right, for more on tonight's game, let's head back to the floor and welcome back Jessica Benson. She's with Lang Whitaker as they have a recap of tonight's action.
It's your Grind City Rewind. Jessica Benson and Lang Whitaker here following the Grizzlies' 125-124 win over the Chicago Bulls. The Grizzlies avoid disaster there down the final seconds of this game, or should I say the Bulls let go of an opportunity to maybe steal a win there at the end. But ultimately, Grizzlies get a win, and I think between the Walter Clayton 3 down the stretch, the Adama Ball 3, 7 Grizzlies players in double figures tonight. The word that Tyler Burton used with me in his walk-off interview, his first ever walk-off interview here at FedEx Forum, was resilience. And this group really down a lot of guys on the second night of a back-to-back. This was a very resilient win.
Well, you know what they say, ball don't lie.
And the Grizzlies said it like 4 times to me today.
I'm going to keep doing it. And the Grizzlies got that win, like you said. Defensively, I thought the Grizzlies were great tonight. They forced, 17 steals, 23 turnovers by this Bulls team. Grizzlies had 70 points in the paint tonight because they were getting out in transition and being able to get to that rim. We were talking last night about how we wanted to see a Cedric Coward game at some point. You got one tonight. Ced finished with 24 points in the fourth quarter, got you a lot of buckets. Also, last night, Coach Isolo said after the game, they don't have a lot of this group doesn't have a lot of solutions in their library for things. In the fourth quarter, down the stretch, Billy Donovan put the Bulls in that 2-3 zone a couple of times to kind of just throw the Grizzlies off. First time, Ced got called for an offensive foul, which is maybe questionable. But the second time, they threw it in, back out, and Walter Clayton Jr. hit that 3 to put the Grizzlies up for good. So I think we saw some growth from these guys tonight.
Yeah, and even G.J. Jackson, 10 points tonight, so not the biggest offensive night, but when you look at the plus-minuses of this team, a plus 18 for G.G. And when he finally got a bucket to go, the emotions, I thought from both G.G., saw a little bit of that from Cedric Coward, too, and Javon Small. It just felt like one of those things, you're on a 5-game losing streak. Sometimes you just want to win a game, and tonight the Grizzlies did
and
that.
when G.G. drew that foul at the end, you could see the relief. I mean, like he said, sometimes he's the closest thing we have to KD on the court. But tonight he made winning plays, and it's reflected in the box score and on the final score.
Grizzlies win 125-124. This has been your Grind City Rewind.
All right, thank you very much, Jess and Lang. Appreciate it. That's what you want to see from this team is growth in these last 10 games.
I mean, you also want to see, look, we do this show in the team store, somebody walking to the counter, buying a Walter Clayton Jr.
Which we saw
jersey.
a little bit ago. That's right.
I just saw a dagger 3.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? I need that guy's
jersey.
I
need that jersey. That's right. And there aren't many more chances to come here to FedEx Forum this season. Monday is one of them. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. Monday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns in town. Grizzlies Live gets underway at 6:30 with a tip-off at 7 o'clock as the Grizz will take on the Suns. Good tonight. You're not going to get a lot of wins the rest of the way. So when you do, it's gratifying and it's fun.
Absolutely. And you like seeing these guys with smiles on their faces. Yeah. It gets hard for them too. And just a few games ago, it looked like, oh no, did they let go of the rope? And then obviously a super competitive game here last night. That fell short, and then tonight got yourself a win.
How about this nugget? The Chicago Bulls shot 50% from the field tonight. The Grizzlies improved to 1-24 when the opponent shoots more than 50%. First win of the season when that has happened. Grizzlies took 107 shots tonight. Unbelievable. Grizz get the win. 125-124 the final score. Cedric Coward led the way with 24 points. We'll be back at it on Monday when the Grizz take on the Phoenix Suns. Until then, good night, everyone.